Hi Sagittarius, it's Kayleigh, Magpie Moonchild here. I've avoided doing this read because there's a really weird energy, big energy around this read and I can't explain it. There's a song that was going through my head every time I tried to avoid it, and it's that song, sometimes the snow comes down in June, sometimes the sun goes round the moon. Just when I thought my chance had passed, you came and saved the best for last. I don't know what that means, that song. I'll try and put a link down below for the title. It's like an old 90s song, I think, or 80s song. Yeah, if that means anything to you, listen to the song. There might be a message in it for you. It just felt really like, I don't know, like you've been waiting for someone and it could be coming in because, I don't know, it just feels like you've just waited so long and it could finally be coming in for you. And I don't know, it just the other one was Feels Like Home by not John Bon Jovi, Canadian guy, Bryan Adams and Diana Krall. Yeah, Feels Like Home. Really weird, really weird. But anyway, those are the songs that came in. But that Best Till Last came in really every time. Literally every time I tried to avoid your read, that tried to avoid it. I didn't try to avoid it. It just felt really big. And Sagittarius reads always seem to go on for me. So yeah, it's a bit. Is it these? Is it these? I couldn't even pick a deck for you either. Normally I come into the reads and there's a deck and it's obvious. Yeah, I'm gonna go with these. It's my new Cosmic Visions. I love it. 5 of Swords. Okay. So, winning at any costs. What were you trying to win at any costs? Arguments. Literally being cut down. It doesn't matter what you're trying to win at any cost. It's over now. Whatever it was, it's over now. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. So many songs come through when I'm trying to do your read, Sag. It's unbelievable. Who do you need to say sorry to, Sag? It's really like, it's that kind of like, you want to go home and you can't. You want to say sorry and you can't. It's, whatever it is, whatever has been going on with you, it's dead in the water. And I don't think it's the person that you keep thinking about with the songs, just so you know. The world is the end of one cycle, ready to start a new cycle. So this could be something you've just left or walked away from, or they've left and walked away from, whoever that song's about. Don't know. Somebody's been doing some healing, meditating, taking time to look within, space, heal themselves from something. They've healed themselves from something, Sag. Kind of feels like you go round and round in circles, like you're chasing your own tail with this person. I don't think they're aware because this person's all sealed up from the thoughts. Do you know what I mean? They're kind of like in their own bubble. I don't think they're very aware that you even consider them, Sag. But they've been doing the work. They've been doing their healing. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, they're trying to build themselves back up again. Or they're ready to collaborate. They're ready to join up. But if they do, they might... If this is... You wanted to be with someone, they might have a kid. Or more than one kid. But it's not just them you're taking on. It's not just the person you're taking on. It's their kid or kids as well. Possibly. Could be something as simple as their dog, like whatever. There's something else to take on with them. I think you're more than happy to do that, to collaborate with them and merge and mix. That went all foggy and fuzzy for a minute. I'll tell you what Mercury retrograde is doing my head in. It's like the third video where it's gone fuzzy. I've had another one that wouldn't edit and turn around, and it was awful. Awful today. It's always like you're fighting it. You're fighting communicating with them. There's a problem with communicating with them for some reason. Sorry, the cards just fallen on the floor. Oh. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, weighing up. It's like you kind of want everything to align, to be perfect. I mean, if you've waited a while for them. But yeah, if this is a person that has other baggage, I don't want to call baggage because baggage sounds so negative, but they have things that make it a bit more complex being together. You can make these, you can balance it and work it out together. That's fine. You'll manage to juggle it. If it's you're in one place and they're in the other, you'll juggle it. You'll make it work between you. But they are so ready for fun. So ready for fun. Oh my God. The Fool, taking a leap. This has come out a lot in reads today in this deck. Taking a new leap. Beam me up, Scotty. I've waited for so long. Just come and take me. Beam me up. I'll take the leap. I'll just go with you. That trusting. You just know it's right with this person. I'm getting that there's flirty banter. Like there's proper flirting. When you're together, or were together, I don't know. When you're together, if this isn't somebody you've been with before, it's not necessarily. It's somebody you want to be with and you're waiting for them to have got out of some crappy relationship that they're not in. And if they're not leaving already, then they will do. They're trying to heal and work their way out of it. But you're ready to build a world with them. And you're ready to take on the compromises that it means and make it, you know, make it all balance, make it all work. If there's distance between you, you'll make that work. If there's, like, I don't know, what issues would there be? I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter because you'll make it work. Sorry, there's a little fly that's kind of going along. A tiny, tiny fly as well. One of them mozzie ones. But yeah, you have playful banter with them. You just kind of don't fear anything. You know you can do anything. You know you could be anything with this person. Together you could be amazing. You know that. You know you're more than ready to take that leap. But it's the flirting and it's the anticipation and the just, oh, they just make you feel so much fun and laugh. Oh, I picked up the wrong deck, but I'm going to go with it anyway. There's just so much fun to be had between the two of you. It's just, it's easy. It's carefree. It's carefree when you're with them. Carefree. Makes you feel like a kid again. Makes you feel like a kid. All the butterflies. You just transform with this person. You just light up with this person. The Star. Oh my God, you've wished for them. This could equally be them wishing for you, you know. I know you think you're waiting and waiting for them to heal, and I'm getting that they don't necessarily know this, that you feel like this. There's this sort of banter and this flirting, playful, really bad innuendos as well. Really bad, cringeworthy innuendos, sort of like carry on style innuendos, but it doesn't matter because it's kind of, it works. Anyway, yeah, the Star, it's all about hopes and dreams and aspirations and anything's possible. Sitting up through the night talking, just something about a night time with them, some conversation or moment you had with the two of you, the moment you realised, could have been at night, the stars were shining. I love the fact that they've got the stars running through their hands, like time, something precious slipping through your hands. Don't let it slip through your hands again. They could be an earth sign or have earth in their chart. Yeah, I'm not getting anything sign-wise at the moment. Yeah, I think you've been waiting for quite a while. You've literally been biding your time, waiting for the payoff, waiting for them to be free. Could have possibly tried to write to them or message them several times to tell them, but it's never been right, or it's never been the opportunity. There's never been a time to tell them. What we sow is on that book. What we sow. Was this like a missed opportunity? You had a chance and you kind of didn't take it. And you waiting, you feel like it's, you reap what you sow. You made them wait, and so now you had to wait. I don't know. I don't know. You kind of put off being with them for whatever reason and made them wait, and while they were waiting they found someone else. The Emperor. This is that divine masculine type of energy. So this is the founder, sorry, in this deck. But look, there's somebody that's in command of everything that they have around them. Unapologetically so. Breaking frontiers, breaking boundaries. I don't think they are held back by social taboos either. Probably quite kinky, playful, flirty, definitely. Sexual energy oozes out of them. Sexual energy, not sensual, sexual energy oozes out of them. They've got fire in them, passion. The rose has thorns, and they're not apologetic about the fact that they may have thorns. Why should you anyway? Why should you be apologetic? Could equally be an Aries. That's a sign for Aries. Yeah, there's almost like a... I don't know if this is them. They can come across as arrogant and they have to have their own way when they say it, or somebody's coming across as arrogant, what they want when they want. Whether this is what you did when you told them to wait for you or made them wait for you, and they just went, nope, I'm off. I'm not waiting for you. I'm going to go and get what I want when I want it. And they went somewhere else to get it. And you were so controlling, you kind of lost them. That's really sad. Oh, that was 1, 2, 3, 4 then. That was weird. Oh my God, you daydream about them. Wishes. They are the wish. When you wish for something, the first thing you go to is, I wish. I wish. I wish they knew. I wish I hadn't made them wait. I wish I'd picked them. I made the wrong choice. I was so adamant that I was doing the right thing that I kind of lost what I was supposed to have. Don't get me wrong. Where they've been, it's made them stronger and tougher and prepared to break boundaries and I think you've just felt a bit like, oh, just out in the cold from them. Even if you're like still friends, it's because I think something was going to happen and then it didn't happen. You were like, oh, I think I'll go and try there. Because I think you felt this was a big person and it was the one. And it's, when I say the one, I mean like, you knew it was a big one, if not the one. And I don't think at that point you were ready to take on such a big commitment, like, because you knew it was going to be a big one. And you were like, I just kind of want to live a little bit, and I don't blame you for that in any way, Sag. I kind of want to live a little bit before I, like, settle down with this one, because this is the big one. And I think in your head you went, this is the big one. This is my person. This is who I'm supposed to be with. And you went and lived a bit, and I don't begrudge anybody for going and living a bit, because I kind of wish I'd done that a little bit when I was younger. I really do wish I'd lived a lot more. But don't get me wrong, I've got my 3 kids and that's amazing. But it's like that. I just feel that energy, like if I knew then what I knew now, all the different choices I'd have made. And we can live in that energy where we go, oh, the choices I would have made so many different choices. I would have made different choices. Well, would I? I don't know. I don't know. See, this is the thing. You sit there with yourself, you're like, well, no, I'm glad I didn't, because I got to go and see the world, or I got to go and do this, and I got to experience this, this and this. Just like I go, yeah, that's great. And would I change where I go? Yeah, I probably would. I would, but no, I wouldn't, because I have my kids now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would never change my children. So, I don't know. I don't know why I'm oversharing this with you all either. But do you know what I mean? It's kind of the energy where you're like, oh, but if I'd done that, if I'd, and you can't live in a world where it's ifs, and you can't punish yourself for making that decision. And like I said in another video, it doesn't matter what decision you make. If you're supposed to be somewhere, you will end up there, even if it's by a detour. And maybe you detoured and you're coming back to where you were supposed to be. You know, you're being beamed home. Isn't that what's in that Bryan Adams song? I'm on the way back to where I belong. I know that song. I love that song. And there's a reason I love that song. So, but again, there you go. Decisions that I would have changed, but I didn't. I can't change them. You can't change them. You are where you are now. But this person feels like home to you, and you've always known they felt like home to you. And I'm getting the free new beginning. The Fool is, you've had the world, and we don't all know, because you wouldn't be here. Well, you might be here because you read tarot, but not everybody does. I just assume sometimes. You have the world, which came out in the beginning, like all the crap. That Five of Swords came out twice, by the way. So the Five of Swords is that winning at any cost energy, and then you had the world after it. The end. Closed. Chapter finished. The end of it. But if you look, that snake is eating its own tail, like an oozling bird. It's, you know, disappearing up its own arse, or it's eating its own arse, but in this case. But it's in a circle. So it's not all gone though. The snake's not ate itself entirely. But the world, and then you've got after the world, you go back to the Fool again. You go back to the start again. So maybe this is that new chance with that person that brought you joy and lit you up and just made you, and all you think of them, and all it is just laughter and happiness. And I'm not saying it was rose tinted glasses and it wasn't awful and it didn't have issues, because if it didn't have issues, you'd have made the choice to go there, wouldn't you? I would, if it was the easy choice. But there was obviously issues and reasons why you didn't do it. Either the timing wasn't right, you were too young. It could possibly have been that you were too young and there were things you wanted to go and do and see, and new horizons to discover, and creatures abroad to hunt out and find and take photos of. I don't mean hunt as in go and kill them. I mean hunt out as in like stalk them and take photos of them. And at the time you weighed up your options. And there could have possibly been a third option. Like there was you and them and another person, and you chose the other person. And they're on their own. But you made that decision. You can't change that decision. You are where you are now. And if they are now free of whatever and you're free, take that new leap. Go discover a new horizon together. They don't hate you. Just in case you think they do, they don't hate you. They couldn't hate you. They've gained wisdom. They've got scars. They can now manage their emotions, if that was part of the summing up. You felt they were too emotional. They've mastered their emotions now. Something about the beach is really important to you too. But yeah, they've got scars. They've aged. You've aged. We've all aged. We all age. But they're calmer. They get it now. They know what unconditional love is. And they know it's not bells and whistles and shouting it from the rooftops and romantic gestures. They know it's not that. But I don't think they know that you're an option. They're unaware that you're an option for them. So, or you're unaware that there's even a possibility of the two of you back together. I don't know. Wheel of Fortune, changing it up. And it's just funny because there's that Dream of Candles, which is the same as the Daughter of Wands. It's the naive, innocent energy of fire. Maybe it's time to take fate into your hands, message them, speak to them. Because if they're unaware, nothing can happen. So make it happen. Change your fate, as they said in Merida. Change your fate. Go in, have fun, laugh, joke, play with them, flirt. Regain the innocent fun. Don't get me wrong, nothing's going to be the same as it was then. It's not like you're gonna, it's like not like an old pair of shoes where you're gonna slot back in. Because if this all happened and there was trauma and there's been years, if there's kids involved now since that happened, that's years. That's not. But I just think they'd be glad to hear from you, if nothing else, even if you don't get back together, which I think you just need each other back in each other's lives, if nothing else. I think they miss you and you miss them. And it's like that unconditional love where years can go by and it doesn't matter. You still love them. I don't think you'd ever wish any ill for each other. I mean, it might in a heated moment go, angry, angry. But they're just... And there's some sort of psychic tie between the two of you. Sorry, this has gone on for 20 minutes. This, yeah, make it happen. Magician, make it happen. And the Hanged Man came out. Change your perspective. That's funny, because when I saw that guy's eye, it just reminded me of when Odin sacrificed his eye when he was hanging on the tree of life. But this is somebody choosing to be a martyr, and at the moment you're choosing to be a martyr. You're choosing to be a part. You're choosing to sit around and wait instead of making it happen. If you just make it happen, you just change your perspective a little bit. There's a door right there, look. You just need to go and open the door and contact them and say hello. How are you? Miss you. 2222, by the way. 2222. Just was on the screen as I looked up then. So yeah, that has gone on forever. You just need to, you know, stop being a flipping martyr and putting yourself in limbo for no reason and just go and open the bloody door. Just open the door. Just contact them. Just say hello. How are you? I miss you. A new romantic cycle begins. Libra. It could be Libra. If they're not Libra, then there's Libra in their chart. You've got to stop punishing yourself for what happened before. You've got to stop. If you've made a choice, we all make choices. We make good ones, we make bad ones. And who's to say, even if you'd made the choice then, that you would have been happy together? You could have been found each other, but too young. Do you know what I mean? And then that would have broke you apart completely. Whereas now, yes, you might have all this happen, but now, maybe now you're mature enough and in a different place, a better place, emotionally, mentally, mature, in a maturity. Do you know what I mean? You're in a better place where it can work this time because you've grown up and you've experienced life a little bit, and now you can come back, share your stories that you got up to separately, recap. Do you know what I mean? There's reconnect and see where it goes. What do you need to release? You need to release that fucking guilt. You need to release the fact that you cannot change what happened in the past. Luck is on your side, by the way. New moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. Message them, trust me. They just message them because it's hard for me to say I'm sorry. Doesn't matter, I'll just do it anyway. Positive affirmations is your self-care come through, and also energy work. This came up in, I think, Cancer. But energy work. Work on yourself. Center yourself. Work on yourself. Love yourself. Is there anything else for Sagittarius? Yeah, you just... By the way, the positive affirmation. That's just a self-care prompt. It's not necessarily directly related to it. Although it could be somebody with dark hair that this is about. Dark-haired woman. Star in her hair. Third eye is quite prominent there as well. So maybe you are psychically linked with each other, and in the sacral chakra as well. Sacral, solar plexus, because that's yellow. I know it's in the heart space, but you may be connected by the heart, but that's yellow. Yeah, so you could be connected. Heart, solar plexus, because there's all chakras there. I think you are psychically tied to each other. Maybe meet up in the dream space. I don't know, maybe sit there for a while, shut your eyes and just see if you zoom off and speak to them. That's pretty cool. But I think there's been a psychic tie between the two of you. Like if something's wrong, you kind of know something's wrong with them. Or if a big event happens, even if you're not talking, I think sometimes you felt something big's happened. And if you've not asked them directly, then somebody mutual that you're still connected to, you've messaged them and gone, so and so, are they okay? And then they'll go, oh yeah, no, so and so happened, or oh yeah, they've just moved to so and so, or yeah, they got married, or yeah, they got engaged, or oh, they had a baby, or do you know what I mean? You felt the big event, or oh, they got cheated on, or do you know what I mean? Like you feel the big events. You feel when there's a disturbance in the force, for want of a better description. You know, and before you weren't talking, because I'm getting that you're not talking. Before that, not talking, you probably would have rung them and gone, "You're right." You just knew to phone them, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful connection, and that's like a soulmate connection. I'm not going to say twin flames because I don't know. It does feel like kindred spirits though. Like there's something between you, and you're just both so grateful for each other. But you miss having that. Whatever went on, I don't know what level. I don't know what happened. But there was a connection between the two of you, and it was kind of unquestionable. And I don't think anybody else really got it, because I've got this Fool card where it's like it doesn't make sense to anybody else, but it makes sense to you. And I could be talking to a guy with a girl with dark hair, because it keeps coming up, this girl with dark hair. Oh, it could be a girl with dark hair with highlights, because that's the star. And anyway, just look at the freedom, look with the butterflies. You're not the same person, you've transformed. They're not the same person, they've transformed. That doesn't mean you don't still click, and that doesn't mean you don't both fit together. And even if you don't want anything romantic, I think you just miss your friend. You miss the connection that you had. It doesn't have to be romantic. And that's a real soulmate connection. That's a real soulmate connection. And it's Mercury retrograde, which is a time when we go back and reflect over our exes. And often we make the choice to message our ex for good or for bad. But I think in this case, it's good for good. I think you're supposed to have this connection. You've also got build strength. But I love the fact that there's that third eye again. And if you're not building strength, they are right now. So maybe that's you healing with the Four of Swords. Build your strength up. Your inner resilience. Purple hair there. Maybe they change their hair colour a lot. Like, their true self is dark, but they dye it. It's always long though, but they're blonde, or they're purple, or who knows. I don't normally get reads from the oracle cards, but anyway. So yeah, Sag, ring them, text them, message them. I don't care. Just get in contact with them. Open the door. Open the door. That's from Moulin Rouge, isn't it? Open the door. Open the door. when Ewan McGregor stood behind the thing, but they know it's Ewan McGregor, not the actor, and that the Duke's going to kill him, and oh, there's another guy involved. There you go, watch Moulin Rouge, that's all about. Oh no, that was tragic at the end. She died, didn't she? But do you want to leave it that late before you tell someone? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. No. Definitely someone with dark hair or long hair, or probably a bit witchy, probably quite intelligent, very funny, very witty, opinionated, strongly opinionated in the best way, like a feminism, sticking to. But I think you not. The time between you, I think they would have changed. I think if they were ever they're unapologetically who they are now. They're not, they needed it. They needed the wisdom. They needed for you not to be together so that they could, because I think if you'd stayed together, they never would have really grown. And I don't mean that like you would have stifled their opinions. I mean, I think they had to learn to cope without you being their crutch. Because I think at some point you had been their crutch, and maybe that's why you walked away, because you weren't prepared to be a crutch. You wanted to be a partner, a lover, the other half, their equal, not their support while they got their hot mess self back together. But they're not that person anymore. They've done the work. Look at this. They know who they are. They probably know the magic they have in them. They've found their talent. They know who they're supposed to be. That's an amazing feeling, by the way, when you know what you're supposed to do and you know what you're supposed to be. Yeah, they're probably quite strong into their feminism and human rights. They're probably quite gay rights, LGBTQ rights. They're probably quite vocal on those subjects. Witchy, magical, unapologetically so. And obviously if you've got this psychic connection, they may have psychic within them and be quite in tune and studying and worked on that side of themselves, if that's the case. But anyway, just message them, Sag. Even I'm a little bit in love with this person. Amazing. But yeah, so yes, message them. And Valentine's is right around the corner. It's not a better time to tell people that you love them, especially in a shitty pandemic. And I don't mean love as in romantic gushing love. I mean, I think you genuinely just love them. Like, you don't even have to be with them. You just need them in your life because you love them, and they're just a part of your soul. It's just doesn't have to be romantic or sex. I didn't see loads of sex there either, so I got the flirty side of it, but I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, Sag. As always, you've gone on at least twice as long as anybody else. I kind of love it though. I kind of just, but you really need to tell this person, because this has been going on for like what, 2-3 years, these reads. Yeah, they're just, I think they're there and they're ready, so it's on you to message them, to be honest. So yeah. Anyway, I will see you again soon. Bye for now.